There have been contract talks between the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson for what seems like years now, and it doesn't seem like either side is particularly close to an agreement, so today we're going to be rebuilding the Baltimore Ravens without Lamar Jackson. But huge shout out to DeAndre Jones for the suggestion. Go drop them a sub, their link is in the description. I have already done so, of course, and if you want a shout out just like that one, all you gotta do is like, sub, and let me know what team to do next. That's all you gotta do, and you'll get a shout out, a sub from me, subs from many others. It's a win-win-win, and plus, of course, I'll do the team you want me to do. But the support on these videos lately has been absolutely ridiculous. So again, let's shoot for 200 likes, and let's see if we can get to 2,000 subs, which thanks for 1,600 and 1,700. And imagine if everyone did it. We would literally hit like 4,500 subs, like 3,000 likes, and you're part of that someone. So if you do it, we will hit it. Plus, it'll make you an OG of the channel. And of course, last thing, if you want to be one of the first people to ever see my videos, turn on them notifications, and it'll make sure you never miss a video. But of course, that's enough plugging. I hope y'all enjoy this as much as you have been lately with all these other videos. I appreciate all the nice comments and everything like that. I'm glad I can provide a little entertainment for y'all, you know what I'm saying. But let's get into today's video. Hello everyone, it is Brandon the Pimp here, of course joined by the GOAT, Mikey McDingle, and today we're going to be rebuilding the Baltimore Ravens without Lamar Jackson. Now there of course have been contract talks leading back like over a year at this point probably with Lamar Jackson, and of course this coming up year he is set to be a free agent and there is still no contract in place. So today, instead of re-signing him, having to worry about all that, we're just gonna trade him. And I think I know a team that would do pretty well with him. I already have one in mind. But of course, it won't be easy to replace Lamar. We could develop Tyler Huntley. We could develop Anthony Brown if we wanted to. But I'll likely try to find a different quarterback. The rest of this team is set up really well, though. They have a good offensive line. Tyler Linderbaum has been really good as a rookie. Ronnie Stanley is one of the better left tackles in the league. Daniel Falele is massive. He's what, 6'8", 380? Yeah, right on the money. Let's go. I'm the GOAT. Mark Andrews, one of the better tight ends in the NFL. Their receivers do need help, but Devin Duvernay's been good, and I loved Rashad Bateman coming out. Their running back room is deep, and defensively, this team has quite a few good players. They obviously traded for Roquan Smith. Marcus Williams is great. Kyle Hamilton, we're going to start at strong safety. Patrick Queen has been better as of late. This D-line, when healthy, is really good. Obviously, Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Peters. Like, this is a really good team. There are some older players, but I don't really see that being an issue. So enough talking, let's get into the rebuild and let's find a trade for Lamar. All right, there it is. We're going to be trading Lamar to the Atlanta Falcons for 2 firsts and a second. Now they obviously have a QB situation, we'll just say that. Marcus Mariota hasn't been great this year, obviously left the team apparently when he got benched. Now someone in my comments told me he didn't leave the team, he was just, his wife was having a baby or something, but then I also saw recently that he isn't currently with the team and is mad at them, so maybe it's both, I don't know. And then Desmond Ridder could be good, but I think they would go with a quarterback who, you know, will be good in Lamar Jackson. I think Arthur Smith would use him pretty well. Arthur Smith is doing pretty decent with a team that I thought was like the second worst in the league in terms of roster talent, and I mean it's set up pretty similarly. I mean no receivers, good offensive line, good tight end, solid and deep running back room. Like he's kind of just going to the same offense if you think about it. So the Falcons are getting essentially Michael Vick 2.0 and we're getting 2 firsts and a second. So I like this trade. Okay, so this is the official roster we're gonna go with going into year number 2. Nope, this is still year number 1. I just woke up, forgive me. Mostly everything here on offense is the same, obviously other than Tyler Huntley, and we're gonna put Isaiah Likely as our number 2 tight end. He will likely be good. I'm sorry, I had to do it at some point, but yeah, we'll see what he can do as our number 2 tight end. And then defensively, I'm gonna go with like all youth. Jalen Armour-Davis is gonna be our 3rd corner. At edge, we're gonna start Odafe Owe and David Ojabo. Kyle Hamilton at strong safety, of course. We're basically trying to set this team up as well as we possibly can for the future. And then the specialists here, everything is looking about right. We're not gonna be great this first year, more than likely. This is just about developing the team, then finding a new QB and going for a run in years 2, 3, and maybe 4. So let's get to the midseason point of year number 1 and let's see how we can do. This is like so much better than I thought it would be. We are 4-3 at the midseason point. How? Tyler Huntley is doing pretty well. 1,400 yards, 12 touchdowns, 8 picks is a lot, but 67% completion percentage is good. If his interceptions were cut in half, this would be a fucking amazing season. It's still pretty good, but that would be crazy. Now for rushing, J.K. Dobbins is doing nothing. Receiving is okay. Blocking is really good. Basically, we're just overperforming like crazy. Odafe Owe with 4 sacks, not many picks. Yeah, we're basically just overperforming. And we have some negotiations here, so what are we gonna do? Okay, Roquan, I definitely want back. Justin Houston, I don't. Marcus Peters, he's already 29, he's not interested. I don't think I'm gonna re-sign him. Ben Powers, I'll try to re-sign, and then the rest is just kind of depth pieces. Ooh, Tyler Huntley, I didn't know he needed a contract. That kind of sucks. I was hoping we could get a few cheap years from him, but it might not be the case. So Roquan, I'll go player friendly just to guarantee that we get him, even though he is interested. It's 6 years, about 12.5 mil per year. Definitely not the most expensive contract ever. It's kind of a bargain for him. So let's send him that offer and he takes it, of course. I'll try to re-sign Ben Powers. We'll go player friendly. It's 3 years, about 4.5 a year. Let's see if he takes that. And he does. Okay, cool. Now, like I said, the rest of these players are older or just depth pieces. Really, the only one I want is Tyler Huntley. Of course, we'll worry about that at the end of the year. And we have a short week scenario, so it must be like a Thursday night game or something. Okay, so we have to beat the Bucks and commit 1 or fewer turnovers. I don't know about that with Huntley having 8 picks already, but we'll see. Oh, we actually do beat the Bucks. Let's see if we hit that. I don't know if we did, but I hope so. Oh, we did. Okay, 2,500 XP for the entire offense and plus 10 morale for like the next week or something. I don't know. I didn't read it. I'm stupid. Lots of upgrades here. You love to see it. But with that, let's get to the end of year number 1. Damn, really? At the end of year number 1, we finished 9-8. Now, hold on. I rarely give Madden props, but look at how our division finished. That is like weirdly realistic. I think that can actually happen. Hold on. Let me check the standings. I think the Ravens might have 10 wins right now. So, okay, it can't quite happen, but it's very close. I guess the Bengals can't finish 12-5 because of the DeMar Hamlin thing, which, by the way, I haven't even mentioned that. He's okay at the time of recording this, which is good. That's absurd. He had cardiac arrest and he's like fine. Well, I don't know if he's fine yet, but apparently he's like talking to his teammates and shit, which is crazy. That's insane. The Ravens are 10-6, so if they lose to the Bengals will finish with 12 wins. The Ravens will finish with 1 more win than they have here in this simulation I'm talking about. The Steelers, if they lose, can finish 8-9, and the Browns have 7 wins, but if they lose, that's only 1 win off. So this is like the most realistic thing I've ever seen for this game. But I want to see our collapse. What happened? How does that happen? So the last game I simulated was the Bucks game. We won against the Saints. We won against the Panthers. We lost 2 in a row to the Jags and Broncos. We beat the Steelers. We lost to the Browns. We beat the Falcons. And then we lost the final 2. We got smoked by the Steelers. How? I don't think we lost to a team that is better than us, at least in terms of roster. Well, definitely the Bengals. Maybe the Browns, at least on paper. They do have a very good team. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's kind of weird. Not that we have the best team in the world or anything. We're, what, an 82 overall? But still. Let's check out our season stats, though. So Tyler Huntley was okay. 3,500 yards, 23 touchdowns, 14 picks. That's not amazing. I was thinking he would finish with many more passing touchdowns. Definitely had a worse second half of the year. Is up to a 72, looks decent, but I don't know if I want to commit to this long term. Like, we might want to upgrade there. J.K. Dobbins was not all that good. Did hit 1,000 yards, but only 3.6 yards per carry, 15 touchdowns, but that's not that impressive. That's just getting the ball at the goal line. That's about it. Receiving, Rashad Bateman, 971 yards, 10 touchdowns. Mark Andrews with 888 and 4. Devin Duvernay with 791 and 5 touchdowns. And Tylan Wallace with 450 and 3 touchdowns. Blocking, we were good. Not that we're a pass-heavy offense, but we do have Tyler Linderbaum as a new member of the all-castration team. No sacks allowed. The no sacks team. You love to see it. Defensively, Roquan led the team with 133 tackles. I almost said 3 different numbers. Almost said 113, then I almost said 111. I'm tired. Tackles for loss, we had about a million. David Ojabo with 14, Queen with 13, Roquan, Owe, and Jones with 11, and Matabuike with 10. 10. In sacks, we didn't actually end up with that many. Calais Campbell led the team with 7, David Ojabo 5.5, Owe with 5, Roquan 3.5. We had like no interior pressure other than Campbell. In interceptions, 4 from Peters. Maybe I do want him back. Damn it. I don't want to have to re-sign him long term when he's already going to be 30. What the hell? 2 interceptions from David Ojabo? What? Oh yeah, I guess the Ravens do that. They run kind of a hybrid scheme. I forgot about that. Queen also had 2 interceptions and 1 each from a few players. We were 31st in offensive yards. How about defensive? 3rd. Okay, so 2nd to worst offense and 3rd best defense. 25th in points scored, which is the more important thing. 8th in points allowed. MVP goes to Jalen Hurts. Okay. Russ at number 3. This is weird. Trey Lance, Carson Wentz up here. Okay, this is messy. No Ravens. Apparently trading Lamar just screws everything up. Offensive player of the year goes to Austin Eckler. I doubt we'll see any Ravens. No. Defensive player of the year goes to Von Miller. Like usual at this point, he's very good in this game. No Ravens. Offensive rookie of the year goes to Dameon Pierce. Don't think we'll see anybody in here. No. And defensive rookie of the year goes to Sauce Gardner. David Ojabo at number 2. No. That would have been huge if we could hit that. Kyle Hamilton at number 8. What did Kyle Hamilton do? 73 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, a sack, a pick. That's a pretty good rookie year. I'm surprised he wasn't higher. Okay, that's 2 teams we're familiar with. We played both of them this year. The Bengals take down the Buccaneers in what is probably the best Super Bowl of all time, 42-39. That's very high scoring. Those last 2 sentences kind of rhymed. I wish we had $100,000 more if you look at our available salary cap, but unfortunately a division rival does win the Super Bowl here. And in terms of re-signings, what do we want to do? Hey, it says 69 million. Let's go. Marcus Peters, I do want to try to re-sign. I'm just gonna go player friendly. It's 2 years, about 8.5 mil a year. Let's see if he takes it. Oh, he does. Okay, I didn't think he would, honestly, but I'm very glad he did because he was pretty good for us. Everyone else here, though, I don't even know if I want Tyler Huntley back. Oh, he's really cheap. He's only about 8.6 mil a year over 5 years. That's a long contract. Let's see if he takes player friendly, and he does. Okay, cool. So at worst, he'll start for us next year, but at best, we can find someone else and he'll just be a backup. But if we need to start him, he's fine. He's not the worst. He's definitely not good, but he's not the worst either. But let's see who's going to be in free agency here. I'm very curious to see. Ooh, Kareem Hunt. Ooh. I'm not going to lie to you. I think it would be funny as shit to put Tom Brady in like the most run-heavy quarterback offense ever. I'm not going to, but I really want to. I'm not gonna lie. In free agency, we're not gonna be doing a whole lot though. We're gonna go after Kareem Hunt and Byron Murphy. We obviously need a better running game in a run-heavy offense. J.K. Dobbins only had 3.5 yards per carry, and at least the last time I got Kareem Hunt, he was very good. Every time I've gotten Kareem Hunt, he's been very good. It's probably gonna change because I said that, but we have a very firm lead on him over, ironically, the Falcons, where Lamar is now. And then Byron Murphy is the other player we're going to go for. Only 25, I believe. Superstar dev, 82 overall. Is like the one good thing on the Cardinals, other than maybe DeAndre Hopkins. So let's see if either of these two sign. They both sign, and they both sign with us, of course. You love to see it. We have a 5th-year option for Patrick Queen, and I am going to pick this up. He's been much better as of late in real life. Before the past like 8-10 weeks, I probably would not have picked this up because he has been a pretty bad linebacker, but recently he's been really solid, so definitely want to pick that up. I'm not gonna lie, I thought we were gonna have like a top 10, maybe top 5 pick. For some reason, it didn't even register in my brain that, oh, the Falcons have Lamar now. I was just thinking, oh, it's the Falcons, we'll probably have a top 10 pick, but no, they were probably good. So we have the number 17 and 18. That's kind of fun. We get back-to-back picks. Unfortunately, they're both about mid first round picks, but at least we have 2. So Seattle has the number 1 pick. They better do what I think they're gonna do. Hold on, I want to actually check this. Okay, they take Will Anderson. Good. Dude, this is apparently a controversial opinion, but if the Seahawks take a goddamn quarterback with their top 5 pick, I will scream and cry and piss my pants. I'm gonna fucking... Dude, I will be so mad. They have shown time and time again, well, I guess 2 times now, that they can just find good quarterbacks wherever. Russ was very good for almost 10 years. He was a 3rd round pick. Geno has been amazing this year, like a top 5 QB, borderline top 5. They just picked him up out of free agency, had him sit on the roster for a couple years, and now he's really good. They do not need to take a quarterback top 5. That's like one of the few things I'm confident in with this team. They are great at finding QBs, and they don't need to take him in the first. This defense is so painful to watch. I don't care if it's Will Anderson, I don't care if it's Jalen Carter, I don't care who it is, just take a defensive player. Preferably one of those 2, but hell, if it's Brian Brzee, fucking any like pass rusher or interior defensive lineman, I'm good, I'm okay with that. Just for the love of God, build the defense up better and then worry about quarterback, because people act like Geno's like 38. They act like he's like retirement goddamn 58 years old or something. Like, he's not that old yet. We have like 3, maybe 4 years out of him before he starts like really regressing. So I don't know. But with this first pick, I think I'm gonna go Will Levis. I have used him in a rebuild before. What team did I do with him? Was it the Panthers? It might be the Panthers. No, it was the Lions. I did the Lions with Will Levis. Well, let's take him here. Of course, hidden dev, 95 throw power. Good lord. 84 speed. I feel like that strength rating is a little low, but he looks like a very good player, hopefully our QB1 of the future. And coming back right in the next pick, I actually don't know what I want to do here. What do we want to do? Ooh, Jalen Hyatt. Ooh, I think that's the move. Let's take him. 98 speed, good lord. 95 excel, 92 change of direction. He looks really nice too. Doesn't really look like him, but there are not accurate faces in this game. There are like 40, 50 faces, but they all look very similar to each other. There aren't many with like long hair. There just isn't much differentiation, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. But Jalen Hyatt looks very good, and hopefully he can be our wide receiver 1 of the future. I don't know why I said that both times for both picks we took, but I mean, I guess it's not an invalid statement. I mean, I want him to be good. I don't know. And with this pick, maybe the last pick we're going to take here, I'm going to go Jaquelin Roy. I have used him in a rebuild before. Looks very juiced. Oh my god. I don't know who made these draft classes, but everyone is just an athletic freak. Every single player. So I don't know what it is about that. Listed as NA. The person who made this was very lazy. I just took this draft class and I've kind of made changes to it. I'm still trying to change it. Obviously, it's hard for me to do when I'm also trying to record and upload these videos, edit them, make my custom rosters. It's a lot of things to do. Plus, I have a regular job, obviously, so it's a pain, but we vibin'. I'll get through these eventually. Probably more when we're closer to actual draft season. I'll make more changes. But Jaquelin Roy, let's take him. Unfortunately, normal dev, but is an athletic freak. 95 strength, 79 speed, 85 excel. Looks very good. I'm happy with that pick, even though there is no dev trait. Oh yeah, and we have back-to-back picks again because we got their 1st and 2nd round picks. So I think I'll go with a lineman here, maybe. DeJuan Jones is still available. Why? Okay, well, that's kind of a no-brainer. Let's go DeJuan Jones. Listed at left-handed and out of Abilene Christian. That's fun. So here is a recap of the draft. We had a very good one. Will Levis is a 72 overall. That's valid. He's pretty raw. I feel like, 72 is fine. He just has a lot of upside. So I'm hoping that hidden dev is superstar. I don't remember. It's been a while since I did the last one, and I don't know anybody's dev trait. The only one I think I know is like CJ Stroud and Bryce Young have superstar, I believe. They could also have X Factor. No, I think it's superstar. I don't know. Jalen Hyatt is a 76 overall. I just recently added him to this draft class. 98 speed, possibly a bit high, but he is a very speedy receiver, so should be a great addition to the team at a pretty big position of need. Jaquelin Roy is a 73 overall. I'll get his college changed and everything like that, but 95 strength, 79 speed like we saw earlier. Should be a good defensive tackle. Hopefully we can develop him into a good player for us. The CPU took Tony Grimes, which is definitely interesting. He does have hidden dev. 61, man, 60 zone, Jesus. But I guess he'll be our 4th corner. Will be a good depth piece. Maybe could eventually replace Marcus Peters. There was a lot of P's in that sentence. So yeah, overall, we had a very good draft. I'm happy with it, and let's get into year number 2. Also, just super quick, I'm gonna be real for about like 2 seconds. Thank you guys so much for all the support lately on all these videos. I know support's such like a fucking YouTuber word, but it's seriously ridiculous. We hit 1K like a month ago. We're almost at 2K already. At 1,711 right now, I'm looking at it. Like every video I've been uploading has hit pretty well over 2K at this point, 2,000 views. Lots of likes and all that shit, which of course I guess helps out with like the algorithm and everything. I don't know. I don't really understand how this works. I'm just trying to, you know, do what I know about it. So I'm very appreciative. I'm glad you guys enjoy them so much. I appreciate all the like underrated comments and all that kind of stuff. It means a lot. You know, this is like my dream to be able to do this full time and all that. And while we definitely aren't there yet, we're definitely going in the right direction. The momentum is definitely crazy, and I'm just really glad you guys like these videos so much. Apparently a lot of people binge watch them. I get a lot of comments that say that. So if you want to binge watch more, I did make a playlist of every rebuild I've ever done. Go and watch that if you want to. Maybe you'll find some that you've never seen before. I have ones from like a year ago. I made like 2 in like August of 2021. They probably suck. Actually, don't watch those. They're probably terrible. I mean, you can if you want to, but they're probably not enjoyable. But anyways, I just appreciate how everything's been going. You guys saying you love the videos. I just appreciate it. Apparently, I just really want to start all the rookies in this rebuild, because here is a look at the team going into year number 2. We have Jalen Hyatt, Will Levis, DeJuan Jones starting on offense here. This offensive team is looking quite a bit different. I mean, obviously on top of those 3, we also have Kareem Hunt. So we have potential future studs here on offense. And then defensively, I think we're pretty much identical to how we were last year, just adding Byron Murphy. We'll see if our pass rush can improve this year. I do like Odafe Owe and David Ojabo in real life, but year 1 they weren't great here, so we'll see if they can take a step up in year 2. Here's a look at the specialists, if you care about that. I don't know. But this is a very good looking team, already an 83 overall after trading our franchise quarterback. So let's get to the midseason point of year number 2, unless there are any scenarios or anything like that, and let's see how we can do. Okay, we may not be great here, but at least we're not as bad as the Seahawks at 0-7. We are 3-3 at the midseason point. The Bengals are 6-0. The Bengals are apparently just gods in this game. I don't know. Which, you know, they're a good team in real life, but what that confused me so bad. Looking at the top performers on the far right, passing leaders, seeing Russell Wilson with 400 yards, 6 touchdowns at week number 8, but it just didn't update after week 1. But it's still weird that he had 6 passing touchdowns in week 1. Certainly an interesting scenario. Oh my god, Will Levis has the goddamn juice. 1,200 yards is not very much, but 16 touchdowns, 1 interception, 70% completion percentage. He is popping off. Same with Kareem Hunt, 5.5 yards per carry, 620 yards already. You love to see it. Good lord. We have some upgrades here though. Hopefully one for Will Levis. There is one for Will Levis. Okay. DeJuan Jones as well. Blake Hance. We'll just auto spend those. I probably shouldn't have done that actually, because it's going to make Will Levis not a scheme fit. I mean, he wasn't one to begin with, but still. It would be nice if he could get a little extra XP for being a scheme fit. But let's see who we have to re-sign here. Joejuan Williams, Tershawn Wharton. It looks like a lot of depth players. Okay, here are the actual players, but still more depth players. I'll re-sign J.K. Dobbins. If he takes... is player friendly just kind of a waste of money? Dobbins wasn't that good anyways. I mean, he's good in real life, clearly. Just injuries have held him back. But here, is he worth it? That's like 6.2 mil per year over 6 years. Uh-oh, double sixes. It's bad luck. But no, he doesn't want it. Okay, we won't re-sign him then. Them? I meant then. Gus Edwards, I like him a lot in real life. Gus the Bus, but he is 28 as a running back. Not interested. Meh. Calais Campbell, I'm shocked he didn't retire. He's already 37. Kevin Zeitler. It's a lot of old players or just backups here. Okay, finally, a young, decent starter. Devin Duvernay, we'll go player friendly, about 8 per year, 8.5 almost, over 4 years. Let's see if he takes that, and he doesn't. Okay, how about Justin Madubuike? Player friendly, it's about 10 mil per year over 3 years. That's a little expensive. Okay, he takes it. Good. Finally, we get somebody back. Chuck Clark, Broderick Watt. Okay, the rest are just depth pieces. So we're a little tight in terms of money, but we don't have that many starters to re-sign, so I'm fine with it. Let's just get to the end of the year and let's see how we can finish out. Okay, we actually finished pretty strong in year number 2, going 10-7. And we're going to be taking on the Tennessee Titans in the nope. in the wild card, not even close to the conference championship. Nice try. Now we're an 84 overall to their 80, so we have the better team, but apparently they are just better somehow. I don't know. Will Levis actually finished pretty poorly. Oh, he finished terribly. He only threw 12 more touchdowns and 18 more interceptions throughout the rest of the year. Not great. 3,600 yards, also not great, but for this offense, it's whatever. It's a very run-heavy offense. Kareem Hunt was very good, 1,500 yards, 5.1 yards per carry, 11 touchdowns. Now, if you want a decent, like, somewhat budget running back for Madden Sim, definitely go Kareem Hunt. He's always good. There's only been, like, one season where he's bad, and it was just kind of a stupid rebuild, like, nothing was going my way, so I don't know. He's pretty much always good. Also, 0 fumbles. Wait, did we have 0? Okay, Mark Andrews had a fumble. Was that really our only fumble of the year, like, overall? That's kind of wild. What the hell? Will Levis had 583 rushing yards, 7 touchdowns. He wasn't great this year, but that could maybe get him Rookie of the Year. We'll have to see. I mean, players in these draft classes are kind of juiced, or this draft class, I mean, they're kind of juiced, so he might not win it, but he could. Rashad Bateman was our leading receiver with only 924 yards, 6 touchdowns. Mark Andrews with 915 and 9 touchdowns. Jalen Hyatt with 871 yards, 2 touchdowns as a rookie. Devin Duvernay, 600 yards, 7 touchdowns. Blocking, DeJuan Jones was definitely our worst lineman, allowing 8 sacks, but everyone else was very good. Tyler Linderbaum, at least in this system, is a stud. Patrick Queen led the team in tackles with 113, Roquan with 106. Tackles for loss, we had a lot. OA leading the team with 15, and sacks, we definitely need some pass rush help. Michael Pierce was our leading pass rusher as our number 2 rush defensive tackle, getting 8. OA with 4, Mautabuike with 3.5, Queen with 3, Ojabo with only 3 as a starting pass rusher. That's not ideal. In interceptions, we had a decent amount, 3 for Roquan Murphy, and then 2 from Queen, Hamilton, Grimes, Tony Grimes, okay, and Marlon Humphrey, and then 1 each from Clark and Peters. So very interesting year. We were 16th in offense, 6,196 yards. Kind of nice, almost nice. And we had the best defense in terms of yards, allowing only 5,400 total. We were 22nd in points and 1st in points allowed. So this defense, even though there isn't much pass rush, is elite. What the fuck? Russell Wilson wins MVP. Now, the vote I posted in the poll for this rebuild was either, I think it was Ravens with or without Lamar, or Broncos with or without Russell Wilson. And I don't think it was close, but I think the Broncos with Russell Wilson was the second highest vote. So, I mean, we maybe could have had that. I doubt it would have happened the same, but he wins MVP here of the 13-4 Denver Broncos. That's certainly not like real life. Hendon Hooker up there. Okay, that doesn't quite kill the chances of Rookie of the Year for Will Levis, because that is NFC, but we'll still see. Lamar on the Ravens at number 10. God damn it. I definitely want to check out what he did. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Joe Mixon. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Myles Garrett. I don't think we have any Ravens up here for either award, unfortunately. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Quentin Johnston. He must have went off if he beat out the QBs. I'll have to see what he did, but Will Levis at number 3, Jalen Hyatt at number 8. Damn, Jalen Hyatt all the way down at 8. Johnston must have went off. Good lord. Tyree Wilson wins Defensive Rookie of the Year on the Patriots. Tony Grimes at number 8. So there are a few things I want to check out here, actually. So Russell Wilson, 5,300 yards, 44 touchdowns, only 8 picks. That's definitely his best season ever. So no longer zero MVP votes, but not only does he get votes, he wins it. That's crazy. And I also want to see Lamar. Oh, he had a lot of interceptions. 4,600 yards, 42 touchdowns, but 20 picks. I mean, it's really good, but the picks are kind of eh. He would have been up there for MVP if he threw less interceptions. How about rushing? 400 yards, a touchdown, 5.2 yards per carry. So definitely added more there. He would definitely rush more if, you know, he actually went to the Falcons. I think they would know how to use him. I'm a big Arthur Smith guy. I think he's really good. I don't like that he doesn't use Kyle Pitts, but other than that, I think he's really good. What was the other team I was going to check? I was going to check the Bills. I want to see Quentin Johnston. You know, it was really good. I was expecting like 1,800 yards, 20 touchdowns, but 1,250 and 11 is still clearly very good. But not even the best receiver on his team. Diggs was still better, so they had 3 1,000 yard, almost 4 1,000 yard receivers. Goddamn. But we have some upgrades before we jump into the playoffs against the Titans. Okay, some actually important ones. Also, what dev trait does Tony Grimes have? I'm guessing it's just just star, but I mean, you never know. I've never really drafted him, I don't think. Okay, yeah, it is just star. Decent little upgrade there for Ronnie Stanley, not bad. And actually, Jordan Stout is pretty low in my custom rosters. I never remember to upgrade punters or kickers. I'll try to remember after this, because he is definitely pretty low. He's a good punter. But real quick, before we jump in, we have a first of many scenario. Definitely play it cool, you know me. Always gotta play it cool. You know how it be. But let's jump in against the Tennessee Titans, and let's see if we can take them down. All right, here we go in Tennessee against the Titans. Shut up, announcer. This is my video. Are we in Tennessee? Yeah, we're in Tennessee, because they were 11-6. We were 10-7. But let's get this game started. We go up 7-0 right out the gate. They get 3. This is the battle of the two, like, rushing teams. They get a touchdown. It looks like they're going to score again. They only get a field goal, but our offense isn't doing anything. They're up 19-7. We're getting the ball a lot. Our defense is doing great, but our offense just isn't doing anything. They're up 27-10. It's pretty much over. So that definitely sucks. We're going out against a worse team, but our offense just couldn't get anything done. Our defense held for a while, but they can only hold for so long when they're getting stopped. When our offense is getting stopped at like their 50-yard line and shit like that. Like, it sucks, but let's get into year number 3. So at least we lost to the eventual like Super Bowl team, I guess. I mean, they didn't win, but the Giants take down the Titans in Super Bowl 58, 27-24. Kind of crazy that it's already Super Bowl 58. I mean, I feel like it was just Super Bowl 50, the fucking Broncos Panthers, but you know, it is what it is. I just feel very old. But yeah, I mean, it would have been nice if we were in the Super Bowl, but our offense just apparently was not good enough, even though it is a good overall. So let's get into free agency, or I guess the re-signing period and then free agency, and let's try to, you know, fix this offense up a little bit. So for re-signings, what do we want to do? Calais Campbell, how have you not retired? He's already 38 years old, down to a 76. Who do I want back? Devin Duvernay, I probably do want back, or do I? He's already 26. I feel like we could upgrade over him. Do I want anybody back here? I don't really think I do, to be honest. Kevin Zeitler, I think he's been good, but he's only a 76 overall now, playing right guard in a very, you know, run-heavy offense. We're gonna let everybody there go. We don't really need anybody. I also do want to see if I can make any cuts, because we haven't really been doing that at all. Patrick Queen is making 13 mil. Well, I guess I did not tag him. I picked up his 5th year. I didn't think it would be quite that much, but makes sense. I'm not gonna like cut him or anything, I don't think. We do have a lot of depth players making a decent amount of money. I mean, I wonder if we can trade Patrick McCarry, because he's a decent overall. He's more expensive than I would like. Ooh, the Browns really need a left tackle. That is interdivision though, and they can't afford him, so maybe not. The Saints, well, they have Trevor Penning. Do they need a right tackle? No, why the hell are they interested? The Titans don't have a left tackle, so I think a 3rd would be valid for Patrick McCarry. We get a 3rd. I don't think he would go for quite that much in real life, but to be their starting left tackle at a 73 overall, I think you take that. Plus, I think Patrick McCarry's a pretty underrated player. He's been good anytime he's been playing, so I'm a McCarry fan. I'm a Patrick McCarry fan. In free agency, though, ooh, do I get Nick Bosa for like the millionth time now? Derrick Henry? Ayo? I mean, we have Kareem Hunt, but I feel like Derrick Henry would be another step up in a very run-heavy offense. Let's bring in Brandon Ayuk at the very least, or at least try to. Okay, so I know I was talking up Kareem Hunt and all that. He was very good for us, but could you imagine Derrick Henry on the Ravens? Like, that would be unfair. Obviously, it would be more unfair on the actual Baltimore Ravens, because you know you'd have to worry about Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, but he should be very good in this system, assuming we get him. I don't know what we're gonna do with Kareem Hunt. We could honestly trade him. I didn't really even think about that, but we could. I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't think it utilizes the 2nd running back that much, or does it? I don't know. We'll see. But we're also gonna go after a couple other players. Josh Allen is gonna be one of them. We are tied with both New York teams, or I guess New Jersey, the Jets and the Giants. We're listed as 3rd, but I don't even know if that matters. We'll see if we get him. He is interested, but I don't know. We'll just have to see it. And then Brandon Ayuk is going to be the 3rd one at an 84 overall. He will be our number 1 receiver, which is a little bit sad, but we don't pass anyways, so it's fine. Or at least not that much. So let's see if either of these 3 sign right off the bat. And of course, like usual, they all sign, and we get all 3 of them. Honestly, I didn't think we would get Josh Allen, but we do. So that is huge. huge. You love to see it. All right, here in the draft, we have the 21st overall pick. Honestly, I'm surprised we didn't have a higher one. Well, the Falcons were really good, of course, making it to what? I guess it's almost the NFC championship. Or no, is that? Yeah, I think they lost in the NFC championship. So, or no, they lost right before that because the two championship game losers are 29 and 30. And then the Super Bowl teams are 31 and 32. So they almost made it to the NFC championship. But the Texans have the #1 overall pick. Let's just get right to our pick. And what do we want to do here? This guy looks really good. Unfortunately, we just don't need him. But Kenny Phillips, good lord. Ran a 4.65, 26 reps on the bench. A pursuit, a tackle, potentially a awareness, block shed, man coverage, play rec. Like, he could be a really good player, but we just don't need him. I mean, we might be able to find some role for him, but we just don't really need him. This guy also looks good. God damn. I think with this first pick, I'm gonna go Ben Snead. He looks like a pretty solid player. He's 6'5", 314 pounds, 21 years old, out of Penn State. Ran a 4.82 at the combine, which isn't amazing. 4.75 at his pro day. Put up 36 reps on the bench. Has B awareness, play rec, power moves, tackle, A block shed, hit power, maybe pursuit. Looks like a pretty good player. Probably will have normal dev, but should be like a 74 overall. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if he's worth it. I might just wait, but what else would I do? This guy actually might look better. Cam Burke might be better. I don't know what to do with this pick. Is there like an actual edge rusher I can take here as a power rusher? Everybody looks like either 3-4 D linemen or they are a speed rusher. I think with this first pick, I'm actually gonna go Sean Mazika. We'll go with that. How about that? I've never seen that last name in these draft classes before. He is pretty much an athletic freak. I mean, he was first for almost everything at the combine. He looks insane. A awareness, run block, finesse, B run block, lead block. Looks really solid. Let's take him. And he has normal dev. What the fuck? How is that a normal dev player? I don't know, but he left-handed just like me for real. Should be a decent overall. I guess we'll find out. And then of course we have another first round pick. They went Adonis Moorhead. God damn it. That was a player I was thinking about. I mean, I guess let's just go Cam Burke. He looks like probably the best player here. 40 reps on the bench. Was first or second for almost everything else. A power moves, B finesse moves, B tackle, B awareness. Looks like a good player. Another normal dev. I just kind of had that feeling it was going to be one of those drafts. And so far it is. Because that definitely isn't great. All right, now in the second round, I don't even know what I want to go for here. I could go with like another receiver or something. This guy would be a really good overall, but I don't think we need another slot receiver. He looks like a really good player, a really good slot receiver. We just don't need him. I could go with him later if he is there though. I think with our second round pick, I'm just gonna go Carlos Mooney. He ran a 4.33 at the combine. A deep route, B spec catch, B release. Looks like a decent player, nothing special, but just to be a fourth receiver, he looks pretty good. Of course, another normal dev, but has 97 speed, 96 agility. Should be a good overall. So here is a recap of the draft. It was certainly an interesting one. Sean Mazika is a 73 overall, so not the best in the world. I thought he would be much better. Is decently strong, decently fast, just his attributes aren't as good as I thought they would be. He has a lot of 69s, most are due to, you know, morale and all that kind of stuff, but I'm still gonna give it a good old nice. Really high awareness though, looks like a decent enough player. I don't know if we're gonna play him at guard or play DeJuan Jones at guard or what we're gonna do. We might have a lot of offensive line shifting this year. Cam Burke is a 75 overall, so he is definitely pretty good. 82 power moves, so that's definitely solid, very strong. Not the fastest in the world, but is a decently big player. I guess he's not massive, he's only 297, but I guess I'll take it. It is what it is. Carlos Mooney's a 76, so he is very good. 97 speed, 79 catching, really good deep route. I'm surprised we were able to get him where we did, but I'm definitely glad we did. This guy looked like a stud, but he was very deceiving. He had like A's across the board, but it was like A's to C's. Apparently they were all C's. He doesn't look terrible, but definitely not nearly as good as I thought he was. That 91 Excel is pretty good though. And Dre Kennedy, the slot receiver I took, is also a 76 overall. 91 speed, 95 Excel, good hands, good short route running. He's pretty much just what you would expect for a slot receiver. Outside of that though, not much else, just some depth pieces, but overall this was a pretty solid draft. Nothing crazy, but not bad. Okay, so super quick, if you have not already and you've made it all the way here, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. It is super easy for you to do. Again, 200 likes, 2,000 subs, and I'll be very happy. If everyone did it, we would be at like 2,500 likes, goddamn, like 4,000 subs. It would be ridiculous. So be sure to do it. You're part of that somebody, so if you do it, we will hit it. And also turn on notifications if you want to be one of the first people to ever see my videos. And also, if you want to shout out like the one at the beginning of this video, just let me know what team to do next. It's as simple as that. I'll sub to you. You'll be an OG of the channel. Everyone else will sub to you. It's a win-win. You know all the plugging at this point. Just please be sure to do it. I would appreciate it very much. But this is a look at the team going into the third and maybe final year of the rebuild. We'll have to see how we do. Obviously, Will Levis didn't really develop a whole lot, only up to a 75, but does have that superstar dev. Now, did he get superstar or did he just have superstar? Why did he regress so much? What the hell? Why? I don't understand QB regression sometimes. But no, it looks like he just had superstar dev, so that's pretty fun. For the rest of the offense, we added Sean Mazika. He's gonna play right guard for us. Kind of a weird build at 6'5", 310, but Ronnie Stanley mentored him and now he's up to a 76 overall, so that is definitely not bad. The O-line is looking pretty solid. Hopefully DeJuan Jones can be a bit better this year. Obviously, we added Brandon Ayuk, Derrick Henry. Kind of overkill adding Derrick Henry, but I definitely want to have a more successful offense this year. Jalen Hyatt in year 2, we'll have to see what he can do. And then defensively, obviously we added Josh Allen, Cam Burke, is that his name, Cam Burke? Yeah, Cam Burke. Hopefully he can be a pretty good rookie. And outside of that, mostly everything is the same. And then of course, here's a look at the specialists for those who care. But I'm excited to see how we can do. So let's get to the mid-season point of year number 3 and let's see what we can do. This is a super great game. I love this game. At a goddamn 87 overall, we are 3-4. Now, you know I gotta complain in every video about this. So where does an 87 overall rank us in the league? Well, let's see. We are almost 10 overall better than the Rams. I could almost assure you they have a better record than us. The Giants are an 84, the Dolphins are an 85, the Cowboys are an 86, the Chiefs are an 86. So we are the best team in the league. The Bucks are an 85, the Bengals are an 85. We're the best team in the league, and we are like comfortably better than like 75% of the rest of the teams in the league, yet we are 3-4. Makes a lot of sense. Will Levis is dog shit. 1,300 yards, only 7 touchdowns, 3 picks isn't many, only 57% completion percentage. Derrick Henry is honestly doing worse than Kareem Hunt was. That's kind of disappointing. I thought Derrick Henry would be a monster here, but he's not really doing a whole lot. So this looks like a good old year number 4 team. Are there any re-signings? Well, we can't make any re-signings. We're poor. So no more Michael Pierce, Patrick Ricard, Patrick Queen, or Marcus Peters. Why are there so many football players named Patrick, by the way? Like these two, Patrick Mahomes, Patrick McCarry, Patrick Starr, making fun of Russell Wilson. I don't know. Is that just a good football player name? I don't even know anybody named Pat or Patrick in real life. Like, apparently if your name is Patrick, you're a football player, and that's about it. Oh, I was hoping we could maybe rebound, not almost lose every other game of the season. This game is so dog shit. Oh my god. It is fucking unbelievable. Do not buy this game, please. I am begging you. Will Levis threw 19 passing touchdowns on the season. That might be the lowest amount I have ever seen for this game. It was tied for the lowest this season, technically, because it looks like a lot of these players down here split seasons. So Zach Wilson played a little bit, and Jameis Winston played a little bit. Baker played a little bit. Edward Jones played a little bit. So no, for starting a full season, Will Levis was last in the league. That's super cool. We were 31st in offense, so I'm going to be switching our offensive playbook. 25th in defense, so our defense also sucked. Cool. Trevor Lawrence wins MVP. Kirk up there to 72 overall. Jalen Hurts on the Commanders. This game is going to give me an aneurysm. Oh my god. Jonathan Taylor wins Offensive Player of the Year. No Ravens, unsurprisingly. Defensive Player of the Year for like the 5th year in a row. Or I guess, did Myles Garrett win it last year? I don't know. It's always the same top 2. No Ravens, unsurprisingly. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Johnny Watson of the Browns. No Ravens. Am I even checking the right conference? Yeah, I am. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Marco Burns of the Patriots. Cam Burke at number 5. I guess I should check how the rest of the team did, but honestly, I don't want to. Derrick Henry, he did much worse than Kareem Hunt did, but it seems like it was just kind of a shitty year in general. Brandon Ayuk with 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. Jalen Hyatt wasn't great. Honestly, nobody else was great at all. Blocking was pretty piss poor, especially from DeJuan Jones. Ravens in a run-heavy offense. That's fun. Probably gonna try to replace him. Roquan Smith led the team in tackles. Michael Pierce led in tackles for loss with 16. And Josh Allen only had 8 sacks, but at least he's our leading sack getter. 7 for Odafe Owe. A sack getter is what I am for your father. Nobody else was all that good. I didn't even check interceptions. I don't care. Let's get to the off season. I hate this game. This game blows big dick. I feel like Madden Sim got much worse, actually. Or my luck is just terrible, because the Atlanta Falcons win the Super Bowl 35-21, obviously now led by Lamar Jackson, so that's super fun. Real game-changing upgrade there of a 66 overall right tackle. And yep, of course, I knew it. Super Bowl MVP is Lamar Jackson, unsurprisingly. I'm gonna switch the offensive playbook, but what playbook should I switch it to? What's one that's like pretty pass-heavy, but still has a good run game? The Bengals are fucking crazy pass-heavy, at least here. I might go with the Bills. They look pretty balanced, but Josh Allen is really good a lot of the time. I don't know if that's just because it's Josh Allen or if the playbook is good, but we'll try it. We'll see what happens. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? We've literally been either the worst or second worst in the league every year so far, so might as well try something different. And in terms of re-signings, we are dead broke, so we can't re-sign anybody here, unfortunately. Not that anybody here has been real game-changing for us, but just it seems like, you know, insult to injury, you know what I'm saying? Fucking salt in the wound or whatever the hell. I don't know. Fucking pissing on our grave or something. I want to see if we can make any cuts. I think I might just straight up cut DeJuan Jones because he's been so bad. Rashad Bateman for fucking 14 mil. You're funny as hell. I picked up his 5th year, but I'll probably re-sign him. I don't know. Definitely not doing that though. Odafe Owe for 13. Again, no thank you. He has not been good enough to justify 13 mil. Even Ronnie Stanley, I mean, I'm not gonna cut him because I don't think we would be able to get him back for cheaper, but still, that's a bit expensive. Ooh. You know, I never really get to this point where these free agents are here. Is there anybody like super interesting? Not really. I mean, the problem is this team doesn't have any needs, but we aren't performing well. That's the case with most Madden simulations, and that's why it's frustrating. We always build the best team in the league, but it just never performs up to that level. Never. So it just kind of sucks. It kind of sucks the realism out of, you know, a realistic rebuild. I'm wondering if I should even re-sign Odafe Owe. I guess I will, but he hasn't been good. It's just kind of a desperate need thing more than anything. We do need an inside linebacker now, but it is what it is. I guess we could just go Ernest Jones. Like, we need somebody there, but I don't know. Let me look at the team. What is our like biggest need right now? I guess our offensive line was kind of dog shit. Definitely tackle, but I don't think there is any tackle here. I mean, defensively, we definitely need a linebacker and I guess a pass rusher because Ojabo isn't necessarily a scheme fit and isn't all that good. Maybe a D lineman? I don't know. This is just unnecessarily difficult at this point. God, dude, we're gonna have like a 90+ overall team. Maybe. These are gonna be really the only offers we can make. The main one's gonna be Devontae Smith. Not that receiver is even really a big need for us, but we don't really have a really good receiver. I mean, Ayuk is close, but Smith is definitely better. We do have the lead for him over the Panthers and Falcons. He's about like 15, 16 mil a year. Should be a good player assuming we get him. Tevin Jenkins would be our right tackle, I guess. We could keep him at guard and kick the lineman we drafted with a weird last name that starts with an M that I can't remember out to right tackle and keep Jenkins at right guard. That's probably what I'll do instead. We'll do that. These last two are just kind of band-aids, Owe and Ernest Jones. We do have a pretty good offer in for Ernest Jones. I just put like a minimum deal in for Owe. I honestly don't think we're going to get Tevin Jenkins, so it kind of sucks. I wonder if I should up it. I mean, I can't, but what if I pull out a Owe, pause, and what if I pull out of Ernest Jones and then pull out a Jenkins and then go like very player friendly or something? Okay, that does put us in first. So it'll just be these two. Let's see what they think. Let's see if either of them accept. They both sign and they both sign with us. Okay, that's good. But now we don't have an edge. Owe has interest from many teams, apparently 5 teams. He's probably going to be defensive player of the year. I'm calling it now. He's going to go off. It's just he hasn't been very good for us. And I guess let's just just put another offer in for Ernest Jones? I mean, shit, I don't know what else to do. So these are gonna be the other two offers we make, Ernest Jones and then Patrick Jones. I realize they're both Jones. Patrick Jones is just here to be a depth piece, and then Ernest Jones to be maybe a starter unless we draft a better player. So let's see if either of these two sign. It looks like Ernest Jones signs with us, but Patrick Jones doesn't. Okay, now he does. So I mean, considering what we were working with, definitely not a bad free agency, but you know, it definitely could have been better. So the great part about being a disappointing team is we have a very good draft pick. We have the number 4 overall pick. We have 2 division rivals in front of us. This was a horrible division. The Steelers with the number 1 overall pick. They go Brian Orton, a player I definitely wanted. I'm sure the Rams are gonna go. No, they don't. And then the Browns go with another player I wanted. Of course they do. But what do we want to do here? I actually don't know. Joseph Reiner looks good. Like really good. He ran a 4.63 at the combine, which is good. 32 reps on the bench, but he's listed as a power rusher and only has B power move. I'm not gonna lie to you, that guy absolutely screams normal dev. Like, I do not trust him for a second. Dan Agnew, definitely not quite as good, but he does have A power moves. God, what do we do here? Is there like a trade down I could do that would give me like 2 decent I mean, I doubt anyone has 2 decent firsts because teams don't trade, but, well, they do, but not really for picks. They don't trade realistically, basically. We could trade down 1 pick and get number 69 overall. I mean, it's a trade up in the top 5, so a 3rd round pick, really? But I mean, it's the funny number. I might have to do that. We could trade down to 19 and get a first next year, but we're not even gonna be rebuilding next year, so. I guess let's just trade down 1 pick with the Bears and pick up a number 69. They go with QB, okay. I might trade down again, honestly. Wait, they had another first round. Oh no, that's next year. Never mind. Why do they want to trade up so goddamn much? Now we could pick up another 3rd round pick if we trade back one more time. Honestly, I might, because I don't even know what to do here, really. Let's trade back to pick 13. It's only for a second. God, I don't know. Let's trade down to pick 8 for no, let's just trade down 1 more pick for another 3rd round pick. This is so boring to watch, probably. No, it's probably fucking interesting because I'm being weird. So they go with the right tackle. I'm fine with that. I don't give a shit. I might finally take one of the 2 players, and if they suck, I might just trade back up. We'll go with Joseph Reiner. Of course, we need a power rusher for this scheme. Looks like an athletic freak like we saw. The thing I'm concerned about is the power moves. I'm worried he'll have normal dev. I can almost guarantee he'll have normal dev, so let's take him. And I was right, dude. I'm starting to figure out what players have hidden and what players have normal. It seems like ones with important attributes have a good dev trait, like good important attributes, like power moves for a power rusher. Those players will have a good dev trait, but the ones that are good at like everything else but not good at that attribute don't end up being good, which it should be the other fucking way around. Players that have everything else but are just missing one element are the players that turn into monsters. Players that are really good at one thing but have like nothing else to work with. Sometimes they work out, like a Josh Allen, I guess, because he had a really big arm but was kind of ass at like mostly everything else, other than of course rushing. But he was like a freak. That's a freak. I almost said freak accident. That's just a weird occurrence. Like that kind of stuff doesn't happen. It should be the other goddamn way around. I don't know. I'm gonna sim a little bit and I'll see if we can trade back up. I don't think that's our guy. I hope not. Josh Green. Every player here is a pass rusher. Goddamn. So we're actually not gonna be trading up here. There just wasn't really an opportunity that presented itself. You know what I'm saying? Like every trade was just way too expensive. So we're just not gonna do that. Ooh, this guy is really interesting. Hold on. Jameel Wagner. He has elite acceleration, which, you know, I would really like that in real life. Has elite get off, but I don't know. I also have elite get off for your mother, but let's not talk about that. Ooh, he's a lefty too, only 21. I don't know if he's that good, but he could be. I don't even know if we need him. He's probably not better than the last guy we took. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, Chief. I'm recording this the next day, like day of, so I don't really remember what our needs are. Okay, so like inside linebacker, already drafted a pass rusher, maybe a D-line. No, we have Jaquelin Roy. Maybe tackle. Let's see what we can do. Okay, Luke Adams looks good, but also he's falling, so I don't trust him. He's very strong. He looks really good. Why is he falling? falling. We'll think about him. He looks good. Peter Johnston also looks 40 reps and the fastest guard still left. Oh my god. This guy might be the move. His attributes aren't. Well, he has 3 A's, but he also has a lot of bad attributes. He's 6'6", 344. Ooh, shit. Okay. This is definitely not a bad year to need linemen. Oh my god. Max Richardson too, 38 reps, lots of A's across the board. Look at the fucking linemen here. Oh my god. Okay, so there are definitely some linemen we can take a little later and still get a very good player. So let's see if we can get a good middle linebacker. There are definitely some solid looking ones here. Paul Streets, Calvin Bolden, but he doesn't have good coverage. Mitchell Farr, Bill Bass. Ooh, Bill Bass looks really good. A awareness, solid coverage. Let's go with Bill Bass. Normal dev, unfortunately, I expected that, but 90 speed, 90 excel, 79 strength. This guy looks pretty good. This seems like a loaded draft class. And in the third round, with probably the last pick I'm gonna take, we're gonna go Bernard Madden. He's 6'5", 313, another lefty out of Notre Dame. I think the linebacker we took was out of or maybe, I don't know. But decently strong, has a awareness, impact block, pass block, power, pass block, finesse. Doesn't look like a very good run blocker, but does have B run block. Just the run block, finesse, and power aren't very good. But we're switching to a more pass heavy scheme, so it'll probably work out. Let's take him, and finally we do get a hidden dev. Not the strongest or fastest in the world, but he looks pretty good. Oh, and we actually picked, we have 3 picks in a row. Okay. Well, I guess let's go Paul Streets. Does he look good? Oh, he's really slow. He's strong. Maybe he isn't the pick. Marcus Stallings also doesn't look that good. Let's go with Paul Streets. We'll see what he can be. Okay, 82 speed actually isn't that bad. 78 strength, 88 excel. I mean, his main concern was speed, and he isn't as slow as I thought he was, so he could be good. And finally, with this last pick, I'm gonna go Dominic Hatchett. He's a speed rusher defensive tackle, only 21 years old, out of Bama. He ran a 4.78 at the combine, which is first for defensive tackles that are left. Elite jumping was first in the class. Also first for 20-yard shuttle. Not very strong, but we'll probably move him outside to defensive end and see what his overall can be there. He has A finesse moves, B tackle, maybe good awareness, solid play rec. Could be a really good player. Let's take him. And he has hidden dev. That could be a steal. I mean, he doesn't... I'm seeing a little bit of a difference between his player model and his little picture up next to his name, but nah, I don't know what it is. I can't... Maybe it's just me, man. I don't see any major differences, though. So I'm just gonna give a super quick recap of the draft. Joseph Reiner is a 73 overall. Looks pretty decent. Good power moves, speed, excel, all that kind of stuff. Good strength at an 84. Bill Bass is a 75, so he's the best player we took here. Bernard Madden, of course, does have that hidden dev. Moved him to left tackle, where he does go down. He was a 73 at guard, only a 72 at tackle, which is a little confusing, but he'll probably start at right tackle for us because DeJuan Jones has been pretty terrible. Paul Streets is only a 68. Dominic Hatchett is a 70. Moving him to defensive end, surprisingly, does drop him down to a 69, which, nice, but also he's basically a scheme fit at defensive tackle. He's a 70 overall run stopper, but for some reason it's just not going with, you know, his run stopper scheme. So I don't know. I hate how it does that, but it is what it is. Outside of that, though, really nothing else. I'm glad I didn't take Jameel Wagner in like the 3rd round because he's a 64 overall. Was this draft class loaded? Not really. The best player was only a 78, Joe Humphrey, a corner for the Rams. What's his dev trait? I'm curious. Imagine it's X Factor. That would be fun. Well, I would hope it is. He's the best player in the class. Superstar, you know what? That's fine. So actually kind of a weak class, but I don't know. There isn't really a but. I don't know why I said but. Here is a look at the team going into the 4th and final year of the rebuild. One more time, of course, if you have not already for some reason, like, sub, turn on notifications, let me know what team to do next. It sounds like a lot, but it should realistically take you like 20 seconds, and it helps me out a ton. So you right there, please be sure to do it. But this team is like loaded. This is a disgusting roster. We are an 87 overall heading into the season. And realistically, I don't know if there's a single hole on this team. The only things I can think of are QB and like the right side of our line, possibly. But Will Levis has performed well before, so we'll just see which version of Will Levis we get. And it is, of course, a new offensive system. We are going with the Bills offense, which I rarely use, but it seems pretty good. I don't know. And we're actually going to be starting Sean Mazika at right tackle instead of the rookie we just drafted, or DeJuan Jones, just because he's already a 77, 78 overall, 69 pass block power, nice. But he looks pretty solid. Terrible haircut, I don't know what that was, but looks like a good player. Obviously, loaded receiving core, loaded running back room. I moved Tutu Atwell there. I mean, he's a 160-pound running back. He would die if he got the ball, but he'll be like our number 1 receiving back? Or I guess number 2. I don't know. Whatever, who cares? Oh, and of course, Mark Andrews. I haven't even really talked about him much. He's up to a 98 with morale. He's looking very good. I always forget about the studs on these teams. Well, I don't forget about them. I just don't feel the need to talk about them a lot of the time because, I mean, you know the good players on this team. Like, do I really need to mention them? I guess maybe I do, but like, I kind of feel like I don't. I don't know. Like Marlon Humphrey. Do I really need to ramble about him? You know who he is. You know he's good. Marcus Williams, one of the more underrated players in the league. I'm just going to talk about the studs here. Marlon Humphrey, very good tackler. He's like Charles Tillman, but better in coverage. He's very good. That's not a good comparison, but he just punches the ball out like fucking Peanut did. I don't know. But I mean, this is clearly a loaded defense too, and it's still very young. I mean, we have a rookie starting. We're going to start Bill Bass at middle linebacker, which is a fun name, by the way. Should be a fisherman, unless it's pronounced Bass, or so. I don't know why it would be. It's just probably Bass. Oh yeah, and also, DJ Reed was just sitting in free agency. I guess the Jets got sick of him and cut him, so I'm like, hell yeah, brother, let me pick him up real quick. Number 19 ranked corner in the league, and they just cut him. Y'all just cut a top 20 corner. I mean, I guess the Seahawks cut like a top 3 corner in the league in Richard Sherman a few years ago, but still, you know what I mean. This defense is just absolutely loaded as well. And here are the specialists. Actually, I haven't even changed these yet, but this is probably about what we're gonna go with. I'm probably gonna put Ayuk in the slot instead of Smith, and maybe Reed in the slot, and then Grimes is the number 2. I'll mess with all this, but let's just get straight to the end of year number 4. I hope it's not disappointing, but honestly, it probably will be. So this is normally where I would plug and everything like that, but you know, I just did that, so I'm not going to. I'm just gonna give y'all one final look at the team. You know, we're a goddamn 89 overall. We're a borderline 90 doing this realistically. There is like not a single hole on this team. And actually, before I even reveal our final record, let's check out some of the season stats, shall we? Will Levis, 4,300 yards, 31 touchdowns, 13 picks, 60% completion percentage. Not bad. The completion percentage is a little low, but other than that, he wasn't too bad actually this year. Wasn't great, but not bad. Rushing, we only ran the ball 187 times with Derrick fucking Henry and Kareem Hunt and Will Levis, who's a good rushing QB. That makes a lot of sense. Didn't the Bills get like a ton of carries? I thought I saw that in there. No, they didn't. Well, more than we had here, and that's with Devin Singletary. That's certainly interesting. Receiving, Devontae Smith, 1,300 yards, 5 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk, 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns. Jalen Hyatt and Mark Andrews didn't do much. I thought Mark Andrews would do a lot because Dawson Knox did a lot for the Bills, but apparently it doesn't carry over. Blocking, our tackles were very bad. Honestly, our whole O-line was pretty terrible this year. Defensively, we had a lot of tackles. Our offense was apparently not staying on the field, stopping themselves immediately, it looks like. Tackles for loss, we also had a shit ton. And then sacks, because our defense was on the field so much, Josh Allen with 13, Justin Madubuike with 8, Joseph Reiner, one of our starting fucking pass rushers, with a sack and a half. Not even a bad overall. I hate how this shit can happen. Like, there'll be a decent player and they just do nothing. It's so frustrating, dude. Interceptions, I mean, we had a good amount. 3 from Hamilton and Reed, 2 from Murphy, and 1 from a few players. Yearly awards, I don't think we're gonna be up there for anything. Lamar, damn, it's just rubbing it in our face. This has been some bad luck in these rebuilds lately. We had like 4 Super Bowls in a row, and it's like, nah, that's enough. Go fuck yourself, buddy. And it's been terrible for the last 2. Anthony Richardson at number 2. But yeah, Lamar wins MVP. Not ideal. No Ravens up here, unsurprisingly. Offensive Player of the Year goes to like probably 33-year-old Stephon Diggs. No, I don't know how old he is. No Ravens. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Max Crosby. Josh Allen at 3. Really? He was that good? I mean, I guess he had a lot of tackles for loss. Corey Pitts wins Offensive Rookie of the Year for the Chiefs, the Kansas City Chiefs. No Ravens. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Brian Bautista of the Dolphins. Bill Bass at number 4. Really? I thought he was good. No other Ravens. But yeah, I'm sure you can tell by my tone and us being 31st in offense and defense, 21st in points points scored, 28th in points allowed with a goddamn almost 90 overall team. We went 6 and 11. Make that make sense, because I don't understand it. I genuinely feel like you would do better with a like 71 overall team than with a really good team. We're an 89 overall. Is there a team that is close? The Packers are an 85. The Giants are an 86. The Cowboys are an 86. The Chiefs are an 86. We are 3 overall better than any team in the NFL. 3 whole overall points better than any other team. And we go 6 and 11. This game is so dog shit. Like I was saying, do not buy this game. I don't even recommend next year's game until it shows any sign of improvement. But of course, that's gonna be the end of today's rebuild. Thank the Lord, low-key. I hope you enjoyed, even though, you know, the results weren't there. We still built a fucking phenomenal team. Like, this team is disgusting. Best team in the NFL, did it realistically. So I hope you at least enjoy that aspect of it. But again, just be sure to like, sub, turn on notifications, let me know what team to do next for a shout out. That's gonna be it though. As always, I'm glad y'all have been enjoying these videos lately, even though the last 2 have been truly an EA moment and a half. But I hope to see y'all again in the next video. Popping up probably right now is gonna be a couple more videos for you to watch if you enjoyed this one. But as always, I will see you guys again in the next video. Goodbye.